I need you guys to understand that I was this close to dying. My wife thought that this game was going to be her favorite game of all time. Fortunately for my life, it is not. Game 74 is Azul. I've played it 12 times, 6 of which were with 2 players, and the other 6 were with 4 players. 2 of those plays were with non-gamers, 5 of which were with light gamers, and then the other 5 were with gamers. 7 of those plays were in person, and 5 of those online. The average time it took to play the game is 27 minutes. Now, looking at when I ranked my games, in 2020, it came in at 34. In 2022, it went down significantly to 84. In 2023, it came up a little bit to 74. And then in 2024, it came down a little bit more to 87. Now, my BGG rating of this comes in at a 7. I enjoy the game. Now, looking at my own rating, it's going to be pretty easy. Outside of my experience being a 4, the rest of it is 5s across the board. I love everything about this game, which brings in my overall rating of the game to a 9.3. I think it's superb. Now, why is my experience at a 4? I feel like at a certain point, my experience would have been a 5. The more and more I play the game, the less I enjoy it. And I think that's because this game falls into a certain realm of board games that is on the lighter side. And when I look at lighter games that I want to break out, this is not one that I think of. But that doesn't take away from how great this game is. This game, I feel like, deserves to be a staple in the household of any board gamers out there. This game shows what the hobby has to offer. It's a gorgeous game. It is very simplistic in nature to understand what you need to do on your turns. There is some depth to the game, and I think that's great to show those who are not accustomed to board games. I think this game has a lot to offer. I really enjoy everything that this game entails. Now, this game used to be one of those games that I would break out when I wanted to play a lighter game. It fit that very well. There's some depth to it that I think is really enjoyable in it. I think the longer I stayed within this hobby, the more games I started to be introduced to. I think some of those games started to fill that spot for what Azul used to be for me. And I think that as time goes on, there will be other games that fill those slots of what I'm looking for a lighter game that has some depth to it, that plays quickly. I really do think this needs to be a staple in all the minds of people who think of board games instead of, sorry, Monopoly. I feel like Azul needs to be one of those names that gets thrown out there when people talk about board games. And so with that, that's my game 74, Azul. Now, looking ahead, we're going to swap out those pretty tiles for Metal Mayhem! I'll see you next time on Deck to Dice.